We are here at Lincoln Park at the rededication of the Mary McLeod Bethune statue. Can you start by telling me your name?
Jackie Walker.
Jackie, it's nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Can you tell me what brought you out here?
Yes, I came because I'm Native Floridian, and I was raised by what you, I guess, would call, what I guess used to be called like race women, right? My mom, Bertha Crenshaw, her sister, Dorothy Thompson, and her other sister, Cleo Trammell, were always passing on Black history and information to us as children, and then on to the next generation. And particularly in terms of my aunt, Dorothy Thompson, who started her own museum in her home, she would talk about Mary McLeod Bethune and how she had, started her school for $1, from $1.50, and just the importance of the work that she did. And so that was like passed down to us. So it was important for me to be here in terms of just learning more about Mary McLeod Bethune, but also in terms of the information that was given to me by my mom and my aunt. My mom was also a member for different periods of time for the Negro Council of Negro Women. And one of the things that she wanted to do when she first got to DC, when I was living up here, was come and see the statue. And that was a great moment for her, and a sense of pride because, my mom was born in 1824, and, during that time, people didn't grow up with the same sorts of things that we're accustomed to now in terms of African Americans and history. But they always made sure that we knew that there were figures in history and people in the community that were working on our behalf to improve things for Black folk in this country. So it was important just to be here and to learn more about Mary McLeod Bethune and just to honor her presence. So I'm here because I was raised by race women, and these women who knew the importance of passing on our history to us. My mom, Bertha Crenshaw, her sister, Dorothy Thompson, who started her own African American museum in her home, and Cleo Trammell. So the three of them. So just here I would have been, she died about 3 years ago, my mom, and I would be rolling her around. When the African American Museum opened up on the Smithsonian down in the mall, we went to that, If she would have been alive, I would have been rolling her in a wheelchair, and she would have been sitting right here talking about, the importance of history and the accomplishments of Mary McLeod Bethune. Seeking education and making sure that I stayed on the path in terms of finishing, my education. Then years later went on and worked on a graduate degree, passing on information to other folks who were like younger than me in terms of knowing your history and knowing and bringing people like my niece over to see the statue. When anybody comes to Washington, it's like, okay, they want to see certain things. And one of them was like the African American Museum, Mary McLeod Bethune, Frederick Douglass Home, keeping them connected in that way. Yeah.
What has been one of your favorite parts about today?
Just seeing the diversity in people that are out here. That it's it's been a very mixed crowd, racially, African American folk, white folk, other folk, just the range of people, and just learning more, and just seeing her recognized, and also to hear like her last will, her will and testament, and to see just even as she was leaving this world, what she saw as in terms of like her legacy and legacies for the coming generations. That was very informative. And just seeing people here to honor her and her life's work, and learning more about her, and just seeing even like all her accomplishments and things. So it's really great. And I know my mom, she would have loved it. my Aunt Louise, Aunt Cleo, they would have all, loved seeing, this, because we didn't get honored that way, by other folks. We got honored by our community and things, and people, we were all working, but to see it broaden out so that the whole community sees the importance of Mary McLeod Bethune and her accomplishments, among a list of other, folks who work for justice and social issues in this country who are African American. Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to add that I didn't ask you?
No, but it's just really great, and that this is like a full day of like events, and not just sort of like the unveiling, but like music and hearing the Negro National Anthem, which they made sure that I knew, that those of us, knew, yeah, that's about it. Just glad to be here and glad to see her honored and recognized this way. Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking the time about a good one.
Thank you.